Hey guys, it's Kingdom Orange 2 here, and welcome back to my channel. For the 5th video in this series, it's time to rank the Fairy of Technology's transformations, Tecna. Now as per usual, I won't be including CHARMIX, Crystal SIRENIX, or the Season 8 redesign of ENCHANTIX and SIRENIX as well. Also, before I go on, feel free to check out both my Instagram and TikTok. There you'll see a lot more doll related content, and I love connecting with everyone there as well. So without further ado, let's get on with the rankings. At the bottom of the list, number 14 is LOVIX. Now, to be fair to Tecna, even though most of her transformations honestly bore me, I don't think any of her transformations are truly that awful. The main issue here is that none of the shades of purple they chose for this outfit blend together all that well. Now, I do kinda like the giant scarf they added around her neck, as well as the hand gloves, but the outfit to me is really bland and boring. You definitely heard me say that less is more, and I still 100% hold that belief, but for this particular instance, it needs more, and I'm just not sure exactly what that is. Number 13 is TYNIX. Definitely, I've said this over 100 times before, pastels aren't really my thing, and I'm just not really feeling the way the colors blend on her. The bright lime green just kind of looks off to me, and I'm not crazy about the weird piece of fabric that sticks up on the top of her dress. I've also noticed that in Tecna's TYNIX, they didn't put a lot of frills on the bottom of her skirt or cover it with crystals, so it looks a little bland. Also, her hairstyle is just really boring and unoriginal to me. Now, one of the main problems I ran into when making this list was that I hated most of Tecna's hairstyles, and they're all super similar to each other, but this one is still ugly, and I hate how they added blue streaks and made her purple hair more pastelish. Number 12 is SIRENIX. So SIRENIX is already such a boring transformation, and Tecna doesn't do anything to lessen that point. But besides that, there are a couple of things I do really like about this outfit. I like the cut of the top, and the shades of purple and green they chose for the top and leggings go really well together. Most of the outfit actually matches pretty well, but I don't like the lime green mini skirt, the pattern on the leggings, or her hairstyle. I hate that purple streak in her hair, and the way the hairstyle is cut looks really funky. However, I will say though, I do kind of like how her hair looks when she's underwater. I don't think they should have added those weird green highlights to it, because it doesn't look that good or translate well into 3D, but I guess it's the thought that counts. Number 11 is DREAMIX. So when I think of Tecna's DREAMIX, the first word that comes to my mind is just meh. There are some great aspects to this transformation. I do really like the color and shape of her wings and the blue sash that wraps around the top of her jumpsuit. But as per usual, Tecna doesn't look good in lime green, and I think the blue netting doesn't go that well with the shade of green they chose. I also hate her hairstyle. It's boring. We've seen some variation of it done 100 times before, and they tried to give her some jewelry, which I find to be a bit hideous. Also, I'm not sure why they decided not to cover her feet, because it looks really weird to me. Number 10 is COSMIX. One thing that really disappoints me about Tecna's COSMIX is that you would think in this transformation she would be the best one, especially with the theme here, but I guess just like with Flora's MYTHIX, that's not really the case. I don't really hate anything about her outfit, it just doesn't really excite me. I think the shape of the dress is alright, it's not super interesting, but I don't dislike it. I will say though that I'm not really a big fan of those colors, they just look kind of weird to me. However, it's great that the designers decided to give her hand gloves, and although the Winx all have similar shoes, I think Tecna's work really well with the theme. Her hairstyle is still really boring to me. I think it would look terrible in the old art style, but I will say that I don't actually hate the glittery streaks they added in. Number 9 is SOPHIX. Now you would think that since technology and nature don't mix well together, Tecna would have the worst transformation, but thanks to some miracle, she actually turns out to have one of the best. The first thing I'll say is that the designers did an amazing job with matching the colors. All of the shades of purples and greens they chose work really well together. I love that they changed her jumpsuit into a top and floral skirt, as well as the fact they changed her wings from purple to this beautiful shade of green. Also, the flowers they put in her hair, around her belt, and on her cufflinks were really nice touches. Number 8 is MYTHIX. Okay, so MYTHIX is in the middle of this list because I really somewhat feel ambivalent towards it. I think her dress is really pretty. It has a nice shape to it. She also has a lovely hairstyle, and her wings remind me of like those techno triangles or whatever. But I guess the only thing that bothers me about this outfit is it's kind of boring. can't really even put my finger on it. I want to say that it lacks personality, but I don't think that's a fair statement. It's not an ugly transformation, but it's just not my favorite. So it's at number 8. Number 7 is ONYRIX. Finally, the Winx designers decided to stop giving Tecna a variation of the same hairstyle over and over again and went with a braid. I think the braid is absolutely beautiful and really unique. Now, she does suffer a bit of having the business lady look that the rest of the ONYRIX girls have as well, but there are a couple things that I think would have really improved this outfit. I think if they swapped out the floral belt, the earrings, and the necklace and replaced it with jewelry that was more tech inspired, it would have breathed like more personality into this outfit and looked less like she was going to the office. We do get a bit of her tech personality in the inner pattern of her lovely wings, but that's really about it. Lastly though, I want to point out that I think the shade of green they chose for her jumpsuit is really stunning, and I think it goes well with Tecna's hair color. Number 6 is BELIEVIX. Now usually I don't really care about all the little details, but I absolutely love all of the details in Tecna's BELIEVIX. First of all, the shape of the wings are amazing. I love how the insides of them look like they're made of tiny little pixels. I also adore how her leggings have circuit board markings on them. That was absolutely genius. The cut of her top is cute and I really like her shoulder pad, but I do go back and forth on her outfit being mostly blue. I love when the wings are given new colors, but I'm still not really sure if it looks good here. Now, one thing I unfortunately can't ignore is that hairstyle. It's pretty boring as per usual. I also hate the fact they added a purple streak in her hair because I think it really clashes with the colors in her outfit. Number 5 is ENCHANTIX. It's funny how I always mention that the Winx should have simpler transformation outfits, and here I felt like the designers did that. All Tecna is technically wearing is a tube top, boy shorts, and opera gloves, but I think together along with her jewelry and body piece, it works really well. I'm not super crazy about her 80s rock or hairstyle, but I'm glad they at least decided to do something different with her hair rather than another iteration of her BELIEVIX hairstyle. Now, one thing that always bothered me was her wings. I think her wings are beautiful and go with the outfit really well, but we all know that this design was totally changed last minute. Like, tell me what's going on here, Eugenio Straffi. Number 4 is HARMONIX. So I can't go on without at least acknowledging the elephant in the room. Her hairstyle is really strange. It's so strange that I couldn't decide if I absolutely love it or I hate it so much that I have to love it. She looks exactly like the Long Island medium, and I know that wasn't intentional, but it's the first thing that comes to mind when I look at her hair. Regardless though, I think the dress on Tecna is absolutely stunning. I love the cut of the top, especially that one strap, but I will say that they probably should have ditched the frou-frou part on it because it's kind of ugly. I do also really like her shell tiara as well as her wings. Now usually I'm not a fan of the layered wings, but here I think they have a really nice shape and color to them. Number 3 is BUTTERFLIX. I have absolutely no shame in saying that BUTTERFLIX overall is a pretty ugly transformation. However, come hell and high water, Tecna's BUTTERFLIX is the best out of the bunch, which is a bit strange to me because her outfits are typically some of the most mediocre. What I think works really well in Tecna's favor, however, is that this outfit doesn't look like it was super overdone. It does have some excess details, and I wish that they chose a bit darker shade of green, but overall the colors on her outfit blend really well together. I also just think that her wings and dress are really beautifully shaped, and her hairstyle is actually really pretty. I also love the way the butterfly barrettes look in her hair, and Tecna's BUTTERFLIX just reminds me most of what a butterfly fairy should look like. Number 2 is BELIEVIX. So I'm actually really into like spy shows, and I'm not sure if the designers were going for that here, but Tecna reminds me of what the girls wear in like Totally Spies or Kim Possible. Even if that's not the case, I still love this outfit. I don't really know how to explain what's going on here because it seems like she's wearing a turtleneck and some sort of short pantsuit that only covers one of her boobs. Regardless of what exactly it is, I think it's very cute, and I absolutely adore how they gave her biker gloves and platform boots. Her hairstyle is also really pretty, and even though they reused it over and over again, this original hairstyle is still one of my favorites. I also love the shape of her wings and how they sort of curl on the bottom. In all honesty, Tecna really looks nothing like a fairy, but all of the elements of this outfit blend together so beautifully that it's easily one of my favorites. So finally, at the top of the list, number 1 is Magic Winx. Now, originally Magic Winx was going to be number 2 on this list, but when I really thought about it, this transformation is so special and unlike anything we've seen on this show, I had to place it on the top spot. Now, I absolutely love whoever's idea it was to have her fly around on a triangle disc. It's super unique and really genius. I also love that instead of wearing a revealing dress or really short shorts, Tecna is literally covered from head to toe in a bodysuit and wears a giant helmet. Honestly, there's really not too much more I can say about it other than the fact that I just love how the designers really gave her so much detail in such a pretty simple transformation, and that's why it's at the top. I totally thought this list was going to be a lot tougher to get through, especially since Tecna is arguably my least favorite Winx, but in all honesty, I really struggled to find a lot of negatives in most of her transformations. Now, as always, make sure to tell me your opinions in the comments down below. Do you agree with my rankings, or what would you change about them? And also, make sure to watch out for Aisha's rankings, which will be in the next video. If you liked this video today and want to see more content in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching today, and I will see you soon. Bye!